This is a remake of two of my older videos about the Goku and Superman fanboys. Joshua was the one who remade these videos for me, so please go check out his channel. It will be linked down below. But I do disagree with some of the things I have said in my older videos about the Goku and Superman fanboys, so every now and then I'm gonna pop in and commentate on a few things I now disagree with, or go into more detail of things I didn't explain well enough last time. And don't worry, the all versions of Goku versus all versions of Superman video will be coming out soon.
Just a robot.
One of the main things people love to do is pit two characters against one another. You can see this everywhere, especially on the internet. But the characters people bring up in most versus matches are Hulk, Superman, and Goku. And each of these characters have a big fan base who will go to the comment section of any video or forum and argue why their character can beat anyone. All of these fan bases do use different arguments on why their character will beat anyone, but there is one argument they all share, and that's the unlimited power argument. Goku can beat anyone if he trains hard enough. Superman has unlimited power because of the sun. Hulk has unlimited power because the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. And even if you do manage to hurt him, he'll just regenerate. Now all of these arguments don't prove that any of these characters have unlimited power. They just prove that they all have ever-growing power. Okay, I'm gonna pop in here for a second. At the time I didn't think Goku, Hulk, or Superman had infinite power. And while it is true that most of them don't, some of them do. But I have learned more about dimensional tiering and the different sets of infinity. Just because someone is infinite third dimensional, it doesn't mean they're infinite fourth dimensional. Even if someone's infinite dimensional, there are still characters even above that. I briefly touched upon this in my Cthulhu is more powerful than you can possibly imagine video. Self-advertising for the win. Now I'm mostly going to be focusing on the Goku and Superman fan bases, but I'm going to briefly cover Hulk. The reason for this is because I find the Hulk fan base to be the most well-behaved out of all three of them. Now Hulk does have many amazing feats, but the thing is, there's more than one version of Hulk. So if you're a Hulk fan, please tell people which version of Hulk you're talking about. Are you talking about the Hulk from Avengers Assemble? Are you talking about movie Hulk? Are you talking about Hulk Hogan? Are you talking about one of the various versions of comic book Hulk? You can't just say all these Hulks are the same character. Let me give you an example. If Super Saiyan 3 Goku went up against someone like movie Hulk, he would easily win. But if he went up against World War Hulk, who was able to go toe-to-toe with a guy who had the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, Goku would get his ass handed to him. Okay, so when I made this video, a lot of Goku fans were commenting that Super Saiyan 3 Goku is a galaxy buster. They never really explained how he is, but whatever. Some people will even wank him to be multiversal, but here's the thing. The reason why I think Super Saiyan 3 Goku is large galaxy level at best is because it took Majin Buu several years to destroy a galaxy. And I know I'm going to get a few long detailed comments about how End of Z Super Saiyan 3 Goku is multiversal, but here's the thing. You could just as easily wank World War Hulk by saying he's above Sentry and Sentry went toe-to-toe with Galactus and Galactus is stronger than Odin, who in his fight with Seth the Programmer was threatening to destroy the multiverse. Also, a lot of the versions of Hulk have different personalities and origin stories. Now a lot of you are probably wondering, what is the most powerful version of Hulk? A lot of people would either say World War Hulk or World Breaker Hulk, but I personally think the most powerful version of Hulk is one of the older versions, who was so powerful that in his battle with the Nameless One, they destroyed the universe they were in. Okay, I'm just gonna step in here real quick. I did think that was the strongest version of Hulk back then, but now I think it's Space Punisher Hulk. Going toe-to-toe with a guy who has the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns is impressive, but destroying an entire universe is a lot more impressive. All in all, the Hulk fanbase is pretty well behaved. Just make sure that you know that ever-growing power does not equal infinite power. Yes, there is a difference. And also remember, there is more than one version of Hulk. And make sure you tell people what version you're talking about. Now let's talk about the Goku and Superman fanbases. Oh, the Goku and Superman fanboys. If you have ever seen a versus match on YouTube, chances are if you scroll down to the comments section, you'll see plenty of people saying, Goku could totally kick this guy's ass, or Superman could totally one-shot this person. Calm down, guys. Just because someone is talking about how powerful Naruto is, doesn't mean they're saying he can beat Goku. And just because someone is saying that a certain character can beat a certain version of Superman, doesn't mean they're saying he can beat all versions of Superman. Oh yeah, by the way, Superman fans, stop taking a whole bunch of different versions of Superman and combining them into one character. Whenever I hear people say, who do you think would win in a fight between Goku and Superman, I always ask, which version of Superman are you talking about? DCAU? God of Steel? New 52? Cosmic Armored Superman? There's more than one version of Superman. Stop combining them all into one. Especially you, Death Battle. Okay, so I did get a lot of comments saying that Death Battle didn't combine every single version into one, but they still combined a lot of different versions. Not every single version of Superman after 1986 was the same version. Speaking of Death Battle, let's go over just how much they lie.
Sure, due to the writing style of Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan God Goku's exact limits are difficult to pinpoint. Also, Goku will likely achieve a new form in the future. It's just how Dragon Ball works nowadays. However, none of that is really a factor. Goku will always have limits, while Superman's maximum potential is limitless.
Wrong!
Don't believe us?
Nope.
Well, strap in, boys and girls. Let's look at how Superman breaks reality. Oh, you aren't impossible? How about the time he lifted Spectre off the ground? A guy literally made up of eternity.
Okay, first of all, eternity is not a measurement of weight. Spectre can change his weight however he wants it to be, however, he can never make it infinity. It will always be a finite amount. Okay, I actually don't know if that was true or not. I did hear about it, but I actually don't know if that was actually true. Also, if he did have unlimited weight, he would fall through the ground. I think Cartoon Fight Club said it best.
We see Superman and Wonder Woman trying to lift Spectre's cape, but they are having trouble. So Green Lantern comes in and digs them a tunnel to break the ground Spectre was on. The ground was perfectly fine holding Spectre, which makes no logical sense if he's infinite pounds, but let's forget that and pretend that the ground somehow has infinite strength as well. In the very next slide, we notice Superman and Wonder Woman are no longer lifting Spectre. Only one person is lifting Spectre in this scene all on his own. Does anyone notice that green box that Spectre is in? Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for the man who apparently now has infinite strength. Green Lantern, everybody.
By the way, I recommend you go check out Cartoon Fight Club. His research is 10 times better than Death Battle. However, a lot of his fights are shit, so yeah, skip the fights.
No, not insane enough for you? Well then, how about the time Superman lifted a book of infinite pages? That's right, Superman lifted both eternity and infinity.
Wow, that does sound impressive. However, on the very next page, it shows that Captain Marvel and Superman failed to lift it. The book doesn't even have unlimited pages. It's just made up of every book ever written. Also, Ultraman read the very last chapter, proving it only has a finite amount of pages.
Superman's held a black hole, survived an explosion equal to 50 supernovas, flew to the center of a red sun, which is like tanking millions of nukes rapid fire, and once easily absorbed enough solar energy to vaporize half a galaxy.
Now, all of these feats are very impressive, especially being able to vaporize half a galaxy. However, Goku is now on a universe-busting scale. In his fight with Beerus, they were accidentally destroying the universe. And let's not forget about the time Vegeta blew up the entire hyperbolic time chamber dimension. And before someone says he just destroyed the gateway, Piccolo did that, and all that did was lock him in the dimension.
Even those called gods in his universe can be defeated and surpassed.
Yeah, and the gods in the DC universe can be surpassed. I think even the Presence has been killed before.
He is not meant to be relatable. He is not meant to lose.
Except for all those times he got his ass kicked.
Superman has been beaten in battle before, when he was still learning. Saying Superman should lose because he lost to Doomsday is the equivalent of saying Goku should lose because he was one-shot by Raditz. We are looking at these characters at their maximum potential, not from some random point in their timelines.
Okay, first of all, Doomsday is more comparable to Broly. Second, true, you are not looking at some random point in their timeline. You're just taking a whole bunch of timelines and combining them.
And if Goku did destroy the sun or the planet, he can't survive in the vacuum of space.
Actually, I think he might be able to now, but even if he can't, he does have instant transmission, so he can just teleport to a planet with air. Also, if someone is going to bring up that 40-ton bullshit, judging Goku by that lame feat would be like judging Superman when he had trouble lifting fat Lois Lane. Goku has a lot more impressive lifting feats, like when he lifted an entire cube of Kachi in his base form. But by far, the worst thing about Superman fanboys is just how much they deny proof. Let me give you an example. One thing the Superman fans love to say is, well yeah, Cell is saying he can destroy the entire solar system, but he's clearly just bluffing about his powers, even though there's nothing to suggest that he's bluffing. There is so much backing up that Cell is a solar system buster. He is the first result when you type in solar system buster in Google. The Daisenshu says he can. In one of the video games he does it. And there's even more proof on top of that. But the only thing the Superman fanboys will do is deny it and make excuses about how it doesn't count. But Superman surviving this attack and this guy saying,
that was like 15 suns exploding in his face.
100% canon! His word is law! Yeah, I know that the Dragon Ball Z characters do a lot more telling than showing, but if it doesn't count when the Dragon Ball Z characters do it, then it shouldn't count when the DC characters do it. Now let's talk about Goku fanboys. First of all, Goku fans, you do know that DCAU Superman is not the only version of Superman, right? DCAU Superman is one of the weakest versions of Superman. I'm just sick of how many Goku fans don't know about the other versions of Superman. Do some research. Second, the whole Master Roshi was able to destroy the moon with only a power level of 130 thing. Goku fans, just stop using power levels. They're a horrible way of scaling a character's power. Second, Master Roshi had to buff himself up first, so his power level most likely went up. Another thing I really hate is just how big their leaps of logic are. For example, a lot of Goku fans say that Kid Goku is faster than light. Why, you may ask? Because when Tien was doing the solar flare, Kid Goku ran up to Master Roshi and stole his sunglasses in order to block the solar flare. Now this doesn't prove that Kid Goku is faster than light. I really think he just grabbed the sunglasses while Tien was saying solar flare. A lot of Goku fans also say that Raditz is faster than light, because of this line in the dub.
He touched it. He's faster than the speed of light.
But here's the thing, that was only in the dub. That was not in the original manga. So I don't think we can take it as canon.
I've actually changed my mind about Raditz being FTL after I saw the scaling of how fast Piccolo's key attack destroyed the moon.
Now granted, Birder says he's faster than light in the manga, but I'm pretty sure he's bluffing. Now I know what a lot of you are thinking. Hold on, Just a Robot. You said it's bad when the Superman fanboys say that Cell is bluffing about being a solar system buster. But here's the thing. There's nothing to suggest that Cell is bluffing. However, there is something to suggest that Birder is bluffing. He says in the exact same word bubble,
I'm the fastest in the universe.
The last thing I'm gonna say about Goku fanboys is how they seem to think that busting power is the only thing that matters. Yes, Goku has a lot of destructive power. However, that's not the only thing that matters in a fight. There are many characters faster than Goku, like Flash. And before you say that Goku can teleport, 1, that isn't speed, and 2, even if it did, Flash actually outran teleportation. I'm not making that up. Also, busting power does not equal how much Goku can lift. They mentioned this in the 4th movie.
Alright, we're not trying to destroy this thing, just change its course.
Right, I got it. It's risky though. It'd be a lot easier just to blow the whole thing up, you know?
Yeah, I know. But try to put yourself in their shoes.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Now granted, I know that the movies aren't canon, however, Toriyama was a creative consultant on them, so the maker of Dragon Ball Z did have a hand in making the movies. So a lot of you are probably wondering, who do I think is the worst fan base of people who like to argue about why their specific character can beat anyone? Well, between Goku and Superman fanboys, the answer is the Saitama fanbase. Despite how young the One Punch Man fanbase is, they're so irritating. Yes, Saitama is a very powerful character. However, his strongest punch only managed to destroy a beam that could destroy the surface of the world. That's not even a planet-busting attack. To put in perspective just how bad the One Punch Man fanbase is, Cartoon Fight Club has done many fights where Goku and Superman have lost. But in the fight between Saitama and Cosmic Armored Superman, where Cosmic Armored Superman won, Rewind Animations actually had to disable his rating system. As far as I know, he has never done that before. Now that's kind of a bitch move, but it makes me wonder, just how bad was the like to dislike ratio? If anyone is wondering how powerful I think Saitama is, well the thing is, he's very hard to measure, mainly because he doesn't have any clear limits. However, there is one limit that is pretty clear. In One Punch Man, there are multiple classes of heroes, and Saitama became a C class, which is the lowest rank. He became a C class because he did so poorly on the written test. And a C class has to do a heroic deed every week or they lose their hero status. Saitama was running all over town and possibly the entire world to see if anyone needed a hero. After a few hours of running, he was completely exhausted. Goku, after flying for 2 days straight on Snake Way, only felt a little tired. And New 52 Superman, which is far from the most powerful version of Superman, lifted the weight of the Earth for 5 days straight without the help of the sun. So yeah, Goku and Superman totally own Saitama in endurance. All in all, if you're a Goku fan, a Superman fan, or a Saitama fan, just remember, be civil about things, because if you don't, you really don't make your fan base look good.
Just a robot.
Superman and Goku fanboys, for the love of God, stop! So about a year ago, I did a video on the Goku and Superman fan bases. Well, almost exactly a year ago. So I decided I'm going to make this a tradition thing. Now, since I made my last video, a lot of things have changed. For one thing, Goku has a new form, Ultra Instinct. Because of this, a few Goku fanboys were telling me about it, saying things like Superman wouldn't even be able to land a hit on Goku, and some people even said I had to remake the video. And I guess they're right, Ultra Instinct is really powerful. You know what? Let's wank the shit out of this form. Let's say Ultra Instinct is completely omnipotent. Well, guess what? It doesn't change a thing in my last video. Because my video wasn't about who would win in a fight. It was about the fan bases. They mistook this for a Goku vs. Superman video, so they tried to prove that Goku could beat Superman, but all they proved is that their fan base is even more stupid. Does this happen every time Goku gets a new form? Uh-oh, Goku got a new form, therefore he wins. I'm not going to explain why he wins, but he wins. because he got a new form, which just came out, and I have no idea what its limits are, but oh boy! But don't worry, Goku fanboys. You don't have to think for yourself or make an argument. You can just say that Seth is going to debunk my video. Highly doubt he will or even cares, but you can still say it to make yourself feel better. Okay, back when I made that video, that statement was very true. I wasn't even on Seth's radar. But now I'm a lot bigger and things have changed. Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, Seth is this really big DBZ debater YouTuber. I don't hate the guy by any stretch of the imagination, but his fan base is so annoying. Instead of letting Papa Seth fight all your battles for you, come up with an argument yourself. Okay, I want to make this clear. I'm not talking about Seth's entire fan base. I'm just talking about his fans who comment, Seth is going to debunk this video. Seth really doesn't even do debunking videos on people much anymore. But maybe it's for the best, considering that some Goku fanboys think that Kid Goku is faster than light because he put on a pair of sunglasses. Here's how their argument goes. Tien used a solar flare which makes a beam of light. Goku ran over to Master Roshi and got a pair of sunglasses before the beam of light hit him. But you can easily make the argument that he just put them on while Tien was saying the word solar flare. Also, a few months after he fought Tien, he had the Ultra Divine Water, which made him a lot more powerful, and then he started training with Mr. Popo. And only then was he able to dodge a bolt of lightning. Yeah, a few Goku fans were commenting that, thinking it somehow proves he's faster than light, even though at best it only proves he's 1/3 the speed of light. But even then, that's not how fast a lightning bolt is. That's actually how fast the return stroke is. And before someone says this is filler, in the original mango, Mr. Popo did say he was going to train Goku to be faster than lightning. Now I know this is going to sound weird, but sometimes Goku fanboys don't fight enough for Goku. Like if people bring up a reality warper, most Goku fans would just say, oh well, I guess Goku loses. Oh. You do realize that Super Saiyan Vegeta was turned into a jawbreaker and was still fighting, right? Do you really think if Molecule Man turned Ultra Instinct Goku into a cup, it would prevent him from fighting?
So the first thing we're doing is removing reality warping, and that's like the only rule we're gonna have. Because like, if Molecule Man was the person that Jiren had to face, Molecule Man can turn anything into anything. He controls reality. He's like a multiversal threat.
So like Franklin Richards, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they'd face off, like Jiren would just show up and be like, I'm gonna destroy you. And they're like, no, you're not. And they turn him into a teacup and just smash it. I mean, it's like, okay, well, I guess that's the end of Jiren. I mean, that would be boring. So we're gonna grab.
Now, I want to make this clear. I'm not saying Molecule Man would lose or win. I'm just saying turning Goku into something won't stop him from fighting. And the last thing I want to say about Goku fans is this. Dragon Ball is full of characters who are planet busters very early in the series. However, Goku fanboys try to make these impressive feats even more impressive. They like to pretend that planet Namek is the size of a star. Why? Because it has 3 stars orbiting it. Well, I guess you guys are right. It must have a very strong gravitational pull. That's why Bulma was walking on it without being crushed. You know, I think it's way more likely that planet Namek is just in the middle of a star cluster. They never ever mention the size of the planet in the anime, or how big the planet is in the data books. So I'm pretty sure you guys are just pulling this straight out of your ass. They also like to say that Frieza in his weakest form is a starbuster, mainly because of this post. First, they think that 10 times the gravity equals 10 times the mass, which, no, it doesn't. The planet could just be really dense. Don't get me wrong, it probably does have more mass than Earth, but it's not guaranteed. But the main thing they love to bring up is how quick the explosion expanded. Guys, that was just done for cinematic effect. Let's apply this same logic to the Death Star blowing up a planet. Wowee! Look how fast that explosion was! Oh, wowee! The Death Star is a starbuster! Okay, I really didn't explain myself well enough here. I just really hate that people use cinematic effect for their argument. Toriyama didn't tell his animators that the explosion should move this fast or anything like that. Some people pointed out that the planet the Death Star destroyed was equivalent to Earth according to one of the data books, and planet Vegeta had 10 times the gravity, so it most likely had more mass. But here's the thing, if you're going to wank large planet level to star level, then you should also wank planet level to large planet level. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh wait, that's why it's called the Death Star, because it kills stars. I get it now. They also like to say that Piccolo during the Saiyan saga was a planet buster. Here's why. Piccolo blew up the moon, but not only did he blow up the moon, he completely disintegrated it. So he must be at least planet level. Well, here's the thing. Goku fanboys don't really run the numbers on this. It takes over 1,800 times the power to destroy the Earth than it takes to destroy the moon. But even if you did the calculations and it was right, once again, let's try applying this same logic to any other show. Oh wow, the Eclipse Cannon disintegrated half of the moon. It must be half of a planet buster. Oh wow, Now I want to talk about the Superman fanboys, and just how much they throw around the term unlimited and omnipotent and invincible. A lot of Superman fanboys love to throw these terms around even when it doesn't make any sense. For example, if you say to them, well, if Superman is invincible, then how was he killed by Doomsday? Their answer will be, well, that's because Doomsday had even more unlimited power. Well, if Superman already has unlimited power, then how does he get more powerful from the sun? Because it adds even more unlimited power on top of his unlimited power.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Even if you take Silver Age Superman, Cosmic Armored Superman, Superman Prime 1 million, and Strange Visitor Superman, Spectre could easily beat all of them at once. Okay, yeah, I really don't agree with this part anymore. I was both highballing Spectre and lowballing Cosmic Armored Superman. Surprisingly, I don't think anyone called me out for this. I mean, someone might have left a comment on the video, but I don't remember if they did. And now there's far too many to go through. Man, I really dodged a bullet there. Yeah, despite how much Goku and Superman fanboys love to argue that their character is the most powerful character in all of fiction, you don't even have to go to different fictional universes to prove they're not the most powerful. Goku and Superman know at least a few dozen people more powerful than them. Just so you guys know, I'm talking about normal versions of Superman. I'm not talking about Cosmic Armored, who's definitely more powerful than the Monitors. And I've heard about another Superman who's even beyond that. Oh yeah, speaking of Superman Prime 1 million, he is by far the most overrated version of Superman. Let me give you an example. Superman Prime 1 million fanboys believe he created an entire universe. Ready to hear why? I hope you're sitting down and not drinking anything. Alright, here you go. It's because he said, welcome to my universe.
What? What the fuck?
Guys, Super Saiyan God Goku created the world because he said to Beerus, I won't let you destroy my world.
I will not let you destroy my world!
I love how Superman fanboys love to say, well, just because Cell said he could destroy a solar system, it doesn't mean he can. Yet this proves Superman Prime 1 million can create a universe? Really? They also love to claim that Superman recreated Krypton and recreated Lois Lane in a godlike body. And I guess he did. I mean, you can see him doing it right there. But, who's that in the background? That's our man. And he's the one who actually brought Krypton back. As for Lois Lane, while Superman did help somewhat, most of the work was done by a fifth-dimensional imp. If you don't know what a fifth-dimensional imp is, it's basically a godlike gag character. The most popular one is Mixelmixacplicalic, and yes, I probably said that name wrong. And despite having all these godlike powers, he mostly uses it to troll Superman. Well, I shouldn't really say fifth dimensional imp. Technically, it was only half fifth dimensional imp, and it is one of Superman's descendants. Oh yeah, and the fact that Superman's descendant pretty much did all the work really proves that Superman Prime 1 million doesn't have the same powers as all his descendants. Yeah, for some reason people think he has that ability, but it was never stated. Ever. And the final thing I'm going to say about Superman Prime 1 million is that he did not enter the Source Wall. It was said in the comics, it's as if he entered the gates of heaven. And since DC already has the gates of heaven, they're probably talking about that and not the Source Wall. If you want to learn more about this, I'll link a post that goes into more detail about this down below. But don't get me wrong, Superman Prime 1 million is pretty cool. He even has a Green Lantern ring, which is more proof that he's not omnipotent or a reality warper. Cause why would a reality warper need a Green Lantern ring? And why would an omnipotent character need a little bit of extra power? Let me tell you about a character who can easily beat both Goku and Superman. His name is Goel, and he's a fusion of Goku and Superman. I did a video about him. Go check it out. Link will be down below. It's on my second channel. Sorry about that cringy plug right in the middle, but it's the best way for people watching this video to see it. Okay guys, I'm done talking about the Goku and Superman fanboys. It's time we move on and talk about the next bit. Okay, one more joke. Only true omnipotence would say this! Now, in my last video, I did say that the Saitama fanbase is worse than the Goku and Superman fanboys, but I take that all back. After reading comments on my last video about this, I have discovered they're even worse than I once thought. They just keep saying, he's a gag character so he can beat anyone. Aw, that's cute. Both Goku and Superman have defeated gag characters. Oh wait, because they lost, they're not true gag characters. I guess Saitama is invincible, unless he ends up in outer space and suffocates, but other than that, he's completely invincible. Yeah, a lot of people got really upset when I said his strongest punch only blocked a beam that could destroy the surface of the planet. But here's the thing, he called it his serious punch. I don't know why the writer would call it the serious punch unless it was his full power, but whatever. Oh yeah, a lot of people were also bringing up that there was a data book that said Boros was a starbuster. For the record, I didn't hear about that data book until after my video came out, and I'm pretty sure that data book didn't even come out until my video was up. I know that the One Punch Man fanboys think Saitama is a gag character who can beat anyone, and I do agree, he can beat anyone in his universe. Personally, I always looked at the anime as if a main character was sent to the beginning of a series, like if Goku started off with Super Saiyan 3 at the beginning of DBZ. Now, if anyone does see a Saitama fanboy in my comments section, there's really no reasoning with them. There's only one thing we can do.
We ask them politely yet firmly to leave.
If anyone wants to know more about how I feel about the Goku and Superman fanboys, I made another video about it. Please go check it out. If anyone wants to bring up Alien X, I did a video about that too. But most of all, please check out my Goku and Superman fusion video on my second channel. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's the new piece of fan art. I wonder what's in the present. I hope it's a spatula. My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube, debunking SJWs and feminazis too. We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot. Just the robot marches on.
I'm no ordinary candy. I'm a jawbreaker, the strongest piece of candy there is.